Hello, growers. If you enjoy podcasts like this one, tune into my podcast In Search of Soil on YouTube for a deep dive into the mysteries beneath our feet. Join me as I explore topics such as mycorrhizal fungi, mushrooms, compost, biochar, and more. It's a soil nerd's dream. We're going deep. We're talking to scientists about all things soil related. Whether you're a seasoned farmer or a gardener just starting out, our podcast has something for everyone. Listen in and grow with us. Check out In Search of Soil on YouTube.
If we look at rangeland or cropland, where do you think the biggest miss is right now in terms of biology in those soils? So we're not talking chemicals or anything like that can obviously harm that biology, but in terms of the biology present in those soils, are farmers not doing enough to encourage the right kind? Are they not doing enough to encourage any kind? Are there just too much of one? Where do you see soils right now in agriculture?
I think most of the practices that we've adopted over the last 150 years have been degrading soil microbiomes, either through plowing or disking or the application of all the different biocides. All of this has been a negative influence on building soil biology. And as I say, those farmers and ranchers that are out on the leading edge, they understand that that is what they're raising, is the soil biology. The bacteria are the grass of that system as far as the consumption by organisms at higher trophic levels. And they're understanding that if they do the right management techniques, they can bring those soils back. And many of them have. We've seen some very interesting changes in rangeland. South of us here in the Chihuahuan Desert, we have one rancher that's gone from 250 acres per cow to 25 acres per cow, just with grazing management. And this is not an unusual story. We see another rancher here in central New Mexico, Nancy Ranney, how she's gone from 4 species of grasses to 45 species of grasses in less than a decade, and bringing back in our area. I live in the desert, and it's the desert because of one reason. It's because we overgrazed it. It used to be grasslands belly high to a horse when the Spaniards came through. But then with our grazing techniques, we grazed it into a desert. And nice to know is with proper grazing, you can bring it back. But that seems to be the only mechanism what developed on the Great Plains with the bison and how they were kept in tight herds with predators, and they were moved along at regular intervals. They deposit their dung and their urine and their saliva, basically inoculating that grazing land every time they would go over it, because the manure would be rolled up into small balls by the dung beetles, placed in the ground and composted in place. It was just a great inoculation event, and it built up some impressive grasslands. I mean, soil carbon 5-6 feet deep, the ability to grow forage in even low water environments. I mean, the rancher Alejandro Carrillo, south of us, he gets 7 inches of rain, and yet he's brought it back from a complete desert, just scrub, mesquite, and greasewood, and he now has grasses belly high to a horse. So we can do the same thing in our cropland as well, focusing on restoring that microbiology in the system. And it's a system. That's what we need to look at it as. It's not just bringing back fungi. It's not just bringing back bacteria. It's a whole system that we have to recreate in that cycling of the carbon and cycling of the nitrogen. It's an energy equation. We have completely destroyed the productivity of these soils. We're working with compromised photosynthetic capacity on these soils. And as we bring this biology back, we can increase the amount of photosynthesis, the capacity of that certain area of land to actually capture the sun and capture the carbon and restore that system. The biology seems to be key. It is for us, and it appears to be the same for the soils.
Hello, growers. Protect your crops from harmful insects with Modern Growers Insectinet. This top-tier insect netting made by Modern Grower shields your plants from pests and harsh weather, boosting your yields without harmful sprays. Insectinet's unique design allows 90% of the light to pass through and is easy to use with low tunnel systems like our Quick Hoops. It's soft, elastic, and durable, perfect for field use to help ensure that your crops thrive. Say goodbye to pest damage and hello to healthier, market-ready produce. Invest in Insectinet and see the difference it makes. Get Insectinet at shop.moderngrower.co or using the link below.